for Bill. In other cases, of course, Hillary would hire heavy-handed private detectives like Jack Palladino or Anthony Pellicano to terrorize these women, kill their pets, threaten their children, smash their windshields, slash their tires, ransack their homes repeatedly. These are the Gestapo tactics of the Clintons. And all bets are now off because Hillary has chosen to get back into the ring rather than ride off into the sunset with their stolen money and their fame and their prominence. Their insatiable desire for power and money has gotten the best of them. And therefore, I think it's all back on the table. Vince Foster, Travelgate, the selling of pardons to the international financier, Mark Rich, the way the Clintons stole the furniture and the silver when they left the White House.
What's old's new? The communist Chinese generals, the missile secrets.
Selling our military secrets to the Chinese, Chinese funny money. It's all back on the table. I think because none of these things came up 8 years ago within the context of the Democratic primaries, perhaps Hillary thought the statute of limitations had run, or perhaps she thought that the mainstream media would never cover these things. Well, Donald Trump understands all of this, and in his own time frame, and based on his own judgment, he is going to expose the Clintons from top to bottom.
Well, you said this a year ago to me, and I tentatively believed you, but I had to wait and see. It's all come true, and I just am so glad I've been in supporting Trump. Very, very proud of the fact that he's for real, and I'm just on the edge of my seat, quite frankly. This is so epic and so amazing. Speaking of censorship, Gestapo tactics, just 6 months ago, we were talking about the censorship increasing on Facebook. We were getting notices from them. The media would just say you're a conspiracy theorist, even though we had the notices telling us we were suspended and things. Drudge picked it up. The new independent, true liberal media, that just means freedom. They stole the language, folks. We hammered it. Now there's a Senate investigation. They've had to admit they did it. They blamed it on low-level employees. Their own whistleblowers say, no, it's from the top. Obviously, it's from the top. And Glenn Beck, I don't want to spend time on him, but every time I talk about it, it's all over the news. So I'm glad to be able to, at least say this is the archetype of a Benedict Arnold, how he's uncloaked, running to Zuckerberg. He came out and said, there is no censorship. They're not doing anything wrong. Conservatives are dumb and don't know how to use Facebook, while Facebook is admitting they've done it. That is unprecedented. Are they blackmailing him or what is his problem? Doesn't he even get the optics? I mean, even a sociopath wouldn't act like this. He's self-immolating, or is that wrong?
Well, I've had the exact same experience that you have, Alex. Facebook has systematically closed down some of my sites when I try to disseminate the truth about Bill, Hillary, and Chelsea Clinton, who I like to refer to as the grifters. So I've had the exact same experience, and I think it is chilling. Look, I've always had a good relationship with Glenn Beck, and he has been generous in his discussion of my books. So I don't know what's happened to him. He seemed to go off the edge when Donald Trump took off as a candidate. I figured that perhaps he'd sold his soul to Ted Cruz and his backers financially, because I'm not sure his communications model at the Blaze is working the way, say, InfoWars works or some of the other successful right-of-center operations. But I'll tell you what I do want to hit today because it's important. And that is, I want to warn all of your viewers and listeners about something called Great America PAC.
Oh, you talked about this, and Trump's tweeted about it, and he said this isn't me, and they don't. I'm glad you raised that, because WorldNet Daily's exposed that, right, Dr. Corsi?
There's a major story on WorldNet Daily today by the great Jerry Corsi. It's been exposed in the New York Times in a piece by Maggie Haberman. Boone Pickens, the Texas oil billionaire, recently withdrew from a fundraiser. This fellow, Ed Rollins, who wears this Reagan credential on his sleeve, works by day at Teneo. Teneo is the Clinton-connected lobbying firm run by Bill Clinton's former running buddy and chief of staff, Doug Band.
Yeah.
Bill Clinton has made millions out of Teneo. So I think that this is I think Rollins is a saboteur. There was a fellow named Dean on Fox Business News this morning. He's their new finance chairman. He neglected to tell us that as Ben Carson's finance chairman, he spent $4.2 million to raise $5.5 million.
Wow.
Folks, if you want to help Donald Trump and you want to give, go to the official Trump for President website. Even though he is not soliciting funds, there is a link there where you can contribute voluntarily. That's where you should put your money.
But Roger Stone, let me raise this here because, look, I know he said in the primary, I'm not going to take big money. I get all that, but I want to beat Hillary. I mean, she's going to raise billions. As long as he says, I'm going to follow the Constitution, your money means nothing, it means you're supporting me. That's what it should be. Hey, I'm going to follow the Constitution. If you like that, give me money. And then I don't care if he has PACs that gets money. I really think he's at a disadvantage. I know he said he wouldn't do it early on, but now we're in the general election. I mean, am I wrong to say he needs to go ahead and spread his wings and try to get as much money as possible?
Hey, look, Alex, he would be a fool to unilaterally disarm. Money is still the mother's milk of American politics.
It's a weapon. I need it to operate. It'd be crazy if I didn't do that.
Exactly. Plus, I think he's smart enough to know that the Wall Street, K Street types are going to have their CYA money. Why shouldn't he take it? The point is, I've said here before, you can't buy Donald Trump, not for $1, not for $1 million, not for $100 million.
He's extremely stubborn. That's a good thing when it comes to fighting.
He's his own man. But I would urge people who want to help Trump, there is one legitimate PAC out there, the Committee for American Sovereignty. I know those folks. They're honest, hardworking people. They're not going to steal the money in overhead or in rich consultant fees. But this Great America PAC run by Ed Rollins is a scam. It's a fraud.
Is Benton still sneaking around over there?
Give the money directly to Trump. That's the best thing to do.
Sure. I mean, is Benton still sneaking around in there?
Well, he supposedly now has disassociated himself. You refer to Jesse Benton, who sabotaged two Paul campaigns, the Ron Paul campaign.
There was no doubt. I watched it happen and held my tongue because I mean, it was bad.
Very, very sad. But since he was convicted of bribery in connection with the Ron Paul campaign only weeks ago, he seems to have dropped from sight. And they say he is no longer associated with Great America PAC. Just the fact that a convicted felon was there a week ago should be a concern for donors.
All right. Because I want to get to some calls here. They'll bring in some good wild card questions. I want to play this short clip, one of the new mini ads, because Americans' attention span's out of a goldfish now. But you know, exposing what happened with the rape cases. I just love what Trump's doing. Here it is.
I was very nervous.
No woman should be subjected to it. It was an assault.
He starts to bite on my top lip, and I try to pull away from him.
Here we go again. Trump, make America great again. Make America free again is my slogan. I want to get to some calls. Amazing points here. Other points we should know about, other attacks. What keeps you up at night with concern? I know you're just too busy charging ahead, Roger Stone, but what else?
I'm not up at night with concern. I'm up at night because I'm excited. This is going to be a winning campaign, and I'm just grateful to stand outside the tent and do my own thing. I do think.
Did you talk to the next president of the United States this morning?
I did, in fact, call to congratulate him on this ad, which I think is spectacular. But beyond that, as you know, our conversations are proprietary and they're personal. Donald Trump is not scripted by anybody, certainly not by me.
I know that. But I tell you, you got to watch out because they figured out that you're definitely influential in there.
Trump can read. Good God, it's not as if the Clintons' record is unknown. All this information is out there. You've presented it for years, as have others.
Let me ask you a question, because I've been out to dinner with you and stuff. You're in good shape, really good shape for your age. You send me emails and text messages at 2 a.m., 7 a.m., 6 a.m. I mean, I sleep 6-7 hours. I got a lot of energy. You got so much energy. I mean, I just hope everybody knows how hard Roger Stone's working. 7 days a week. You are doing stuff, man.
Well, it's a combination of exercise, in eating right, and then, frankly, natural supplements like Brain Force. Look, I know they try to make us kooks because we believe that herbs and supplements can actually affect your physical and mental performance. But they do. Brain Force is a great product, and it works.
Well, sure, they said people were kooks.
Mental clarity. So, yeah, I believe in alternative medicine. I see an acupuncturist once a week for balance. Acupuncture's been around for 2,000 years. Western medicine's been around for roughly 200 years. But look, the adrenaline is flowing. As George C. Scott said when he was playing General Patton in a great line, he said, "God, I love war." This is a war for the future of the United States of America.
Yeah, it's a good war. It's an info war. They want to make it physical and shut our free speech up. I'm skipping the break because here's the deal. I may even do a whole show of 3 hours of dead air soon, 4 hours, to protest the censorship and Facebook and all the things that are coming out. So separate from Beck, though, isn't it amazing that Facebook, I mean, we know they do this in third world countries. They help, you know, the dictators and the communists. But to catch Zuckerberg, and here you are saying they blacked you out. They erased your sites. You know, they blocked your sites on the Clintons' war on women. Oh, that was one of them they took down. And we just kind of like, yeah, that's what they do. This is outrageous. These people are authoritarians.
Well, look, I think they regret ever letting the internet go forward. Life was so much easier for the establishment when they had 3 television networks and a couple national newspapers.
Senator Rockefeller said that before he left office, remember?
Yes, indeed. For example, if the Kennedy assassination were to happen today, there would have been so many cell phone cameras on the Dealey Plaza, it would be impossible to suppress the truth. But since you had one cameraman, and I think we both agree that his film was later altered.
Well, they admit it.
And they do admit it. It would no longer be possible. The truth can no longer be suppressed. That's why they keep talking about regulating the internet. They don't want to regulate the internet. They want to shut it down because patriots and everyone else can now communicate with each other.
And this is the famous fight. When Drudge was told last year by the Supreme Court Justice at a meeting, he said, they're coming after everybody next year. They're coming after us. Now they've whacked Scalia. There's no doubt. They are moving. This is a war, folks. This is it. And I think they're failing. I think because Trump arising during this time is such a powerful force with the presumptive nominee now, basically like Godzilla in front of us as our leader, and we're all turbocharging. It gives us all cover. We are routing these bastards.
Well, and just look, I've met a lot of tough guys in my day. I've never met anybody tougher than Donald Trump. The guy is, he's courageous. He's bold. He knows he's taking his life in his hands when he goes out there, but he's decided that this is something he must do. I pray for him every day. I pray for his safety.
And by the way, he looks totally energized, doesn't he? I know you won't tell me the private stuff. I know he is energized, but I mean, he's really energized. He's loving this.
Well, and he's doing a West Coast swing here of states whose primaries really no longer matter, but because he wants to spread the word and show the flag. And he's going to campaign.
He's a fighter.
California.
He jumps out in front of all the communists when they block the road, just marches right in front of them and like jumps down 5-foot culverts. I just love it.
Yeah, no, look, he's a leader. It's time for America to have a leader. Look, I thought Ronald Reagan was one of the greatest presidents in my lifetime, and I was honored to have a small role in his election. But this election is actually more important.
It's epic.
It's for all the marbles. This is the epic showdown between the globalists who are for the New World Order and those who believe in the Constitution as envisioned by the Founding Fathers. Not a living document, not something subject to change, meant exactly as it was written at the time.
Incredible. I want to go to phone calls. We've only got about 7 minutes left. Each quick questions from Carol and Joe and Bill and Tom and Elijah and others. I didn't plug this hour. I skipped breaks. I'm out of control. Buy the products at InfoWarsStore.com. Get the products. I guess I plugged a little bit earlier, but the point is, sign up for the newsletter. We need your support. Spread the word. You see it now. They're censoring, they're attacking because we're like high noon to vampires, folks. They hate it. Support Roger Stone. Get his books. It's a war for your future. We love freedom. We love guns. We love private property. We love family. We love Americana, like Donald Trump. We're not perfect, but we don't have it out for the country. And they got us up off the bench, and we're ready to kick butt here. We've come here to kick butt and chew bubble gum. We're out of bubble gum, to quote another great patriot, Rowdy Piper. Let's talk to Carol in Pennsylvania. You're on the air with Roger Stone. Go ahead.
Hi, Alex. I'm Mr. Stone. How are you today?
Good, thank you.
Excellent.
Before I ask my question, I've got to say, Brain Force is the bomb. I've got to say it. I just started.
Thank you. We went out and found out what the best, the safest nootropics are and made it super strong and inexpensive because I want to dominate the market. It's a no-brainer. It's a great nootropic. Don't take too many, though.
Oh, no. It's like the first, I'm telling you, in a half hour, I was like flat getting it on all 8, let me tell you.
Absolutely.
It's terrific. But here's my question. Now, Mr. Stone, if it were up to you, Who do you think would be the best VP fit for Mr. Trump? Personally, I think that you or Jesse Ventura or Alex. I think.
Well, a little bird told me who he might like, but we can't say that on air today. I mean, he can talk about who the front runners are. I mean, who knows? Who would be